Hi, I'm Brad Rourke. I'm President and CEO of Scottie Resources. Thank you for your time. It's a 10-minute presentation, so hopefully I can say a few magic words, get you excited and come down and see us at the booth. It's really hard to articulate these opportunities in such a short period of time. We'll be making forward-looking statements, as we all do. So we operate in northwest British Columbia in the place called the Golden Triangle. It's very well known, very rugged area. I've actually spent most of my life, I've lived in the area. And so what I'd like to highlight here is, of course, world's largest deposit of gold is just north of me. That's Seabridge. Everyone knows Newcrest just bought my neighbor out, Tritium, for $3.5 billion. And North America's next mine is the neighbor on the south end for Scottie. So we're kind of in the right area. But really, I want to draw attention to Tudor, GT, Skeena, and SK Mining. If you look back in 2018, those are all $35 million market cap companies. And so that shows you what potential there is in the area. And then I'll make the argument that Scottie Resources is something that should be considered because the work we've done and what underpins us today, and we're about a $40 million market cap company, shows you what the potential is in the area. When I first started out, we started off with a past-producing gold mine, and it was 400 hectares. I was living just off the map here in a little town called Smithers, but Seabridge's and Tritium's operations offices were in the small town. And when they were building this power line right beside the past-producing Scottie Gold Mine is what initially got me interested into the project. Since then, I've done over a dozen transactions, and as you can see, everything in gold. We have a very attractive package, about 53,000 hectares, and there's 7 past-producing mines on that tenure. Although most of the work that we are doing is just up where it says Scottie Gold, where 80–85% of our work is done in around there. But what we provide there is the functions of us junior companies are to pass this off onto bigger entities, and so we've given them running room or created a situation where they have lots of exploration potential on top of the resource that we will provide for them. So, and as you can see, road bifurcates the major piece of land on your right, and then all the way up, both with road and power. So it's very advantageous for this area because it is rugged area and a lot of it's hard to get to. Just another shot of kind of Scottie. That is the road. It's not a trail, it's a real road. And there's how close the power line is to our property. So we lack nothing in infrastructure in a very difficult area of the world to do business. So we're blessed that way. And again, just down that road is the SCOT mill, and then and the town of Stewart, which also provides deep water shipping facilities there. That's where cons get shipped out for Red Chris and the Peridium. So we lack nothing for infrastructure, which is a big capital cost once you find something and try to make something happen. So we're blessed that way. And we're also actually in the possession of a mining permit. We're never going to go mining, but that might make us a little bit more unique than other people because the Scottie Gold Mine was a producing mine, only operated for 3 years, and it recovered 16.2 grams per ton, so a half ounce per ton gold back then. So that was one of the opportunities. So we're blessed with the infrastructure. This is a view of Scottie from a Google Earth image, and really what I'm going to talk about for the last 4 minutes of my presentation is the Blueberry Zone, because that's a new discovery for us, and I think the market's really missing how significant it is for us, and so we'll get into that. And we've had great success with our drill results in and around the Scottie Gold Mine. Up until last season, we thought we were chasing high-grade veins on surface. We redefined and tested a theory that we had last season with the Blueberry, where we're no longer chasing veins on surface, we're chasing a contact between the sediments and the volcanics. And where they come up is where we're getting those great results that you see over there at Blueberry. But I'll show you a better picture of that in a moment. We'll breeze through this, but not to discount it. This is Scottie Gold Mine. You can see all the underground workings in blue. And basically, we've just been expanding these no zones, and fantastic results. Nobody seems to care about us or anybody else, but I mean, by the drill bit, we figure we have a lot of success. But really, And we've been, to be not honest, but of course, we've been working on 4 different zones, but we're really just highlighting 2 zones right now because I don't want to confuse anybody. In fact, on one of the other zones we were working at, we had a 100-gram-meter hole. We didn't even news release that to the market because we just think if you can't look at Blueberry and see the value, what we're finding here, talking about all the other great things we have, it's useless. All you really need to look at is this Blueberry, and I'll show the progression of, we just finished our 3rd drill season on it, and then let me just kind of walk you through how it worked out. 2018, that vein that we drew on surface, we bought that for $1 million, which was a very big purchase for us way back when, because we've been quite challenged for money in a little company and nobody knew us. But our last drill hole of 2019, well in advance of hitting that vein, we came up with an intercept of 7.5 grams over 34 meters. But we didn't understand it. It wasn't supposed to be there. It wasn't the peritite pyrite rich stuff that we were looking for. It was just disseminated pyrite. Normally you wouldn't even have sampled it, but because Warwick Board has been helping me out a little bit, and he built the model at Pritium, he goes, sample top to bottom, everything in the Golden Triangle. So that was very interesting, but we didn't understand it. So the next year we went in, we did this tight drill program in around that intercept and came up with a mix of anywhere from broad 2 grams over 44 meters to 22 grams over 6 meters and 35 over 2. So we had really good success, but then that's when the team came and said, hey Brad, we're not chasing this vein. In fact, what we think this vein is a bleed out. We believe, and if you look on the right and on the left, that's where a contact comes between the sediments and the volcanics, and where those pieces of rock meet, the fluids are coming up. So we tested that theory last season, and this is what we came up with. So I still got 3 minutes, but as you can see, nothing short of fantastic. We stepped out to the north, and you see the perforated line. That's where we think that contact is. Again, we were just testing a theory. Where the solid line is where we could put our thumbprints on the contact. Where the perforated line is, it's just all glacial till, so you don't really know what's under the earth there. And again, because we were just testing a theory, you could see a lot of our drill pads were on the road, because that's where we could have a good understanding of where that contact was. But we came away with shockingly good results there, and all near surface. So that's a plan view from a top, but let me show you a long section. That's Blueberry in a nutshell with a long section. But really what you need to take away from this is that's only 7,000 meters of drilling in total from discovery and testing our theories. And you're looking at a lot of ounces there. I put every pierce point that we've ever drilled on. We didn't omit any pierce points of a hole that didn't hit, because you're always going to have a hole that is a duster. But we showed every hole just because we want to show that where the green is, we just haven't drilled, because up on surface, that's where all the glacial till is. We just had no clue. So you might look at that and go, oh, it's data bias, you're drilling chutes. Well, I would have drilled those chutes 4 years ago when I started the company if we actually had any indication of that. So we get to fill that all in, and everybody's excited about the 34 gram over 12 meter hole on surface, but internally, we drilled 1 hole deep, 225 meters down, and you can see an intercept there of 15 grams over 13 meters. This is a mesothermal system. I'm drilling 500 meters holes at Scottie and hitting 10 grams over 10 meters. We've only gone to 225 meters depth thus far, so we're pretty excited to push that down. Minute and a half. So we have 7,000 meters there. I'm going to drill 14,000 meters in the next 4 months just on that target. So if you want looking for news flow and such, it's pretty easy to get excited. We chase that contact all along the lake bed of Scottie. There's one outcrop where we see the contact again, and we got high-grade samples coming off that. So we're really, really excited that we can push this to the south. We're very confident we can push it down at depth. We will get cut off to the north. We know that for sure, but I mean, just with our market cap and what you're looking at right now, regardless of the potential that we have, should make people somewhat excited. the people we have, I'm pretty proud of my board, and the reason I'm proud of it is we might be unique. Not a single person knew each other before the formation of the board, and I think that might be a little bit different with a lot of these junior exploration companies you see out there. And we got a great mix. If you got Ernie Mass, who's more of a C-suite kind of guy. He was a COO of New Gold at one time, built Cobre Panama, and so he really knows that C-suite stuff. And then to balance him, we got John Williamson, committee, Kamenak. He's the head of the metals group right now, so he understands that the junior mining space quite well. Same firm that does the CFO for Scottie is K92 mining firm. Christina Body, she's the secretary at GT Gold. So we're really well-rounded. Steve Stein's an actual accredited board member. There is my 10 minutes. Capital structure page is there. I just finished a financing, no warrants involved. We have no shortage of money. We're fine. We have enough to do our program this year. So I think if you're looking for opportunity, just remember those companies that used to be $30–40 million companies 4 years ago, and you look at what Scottie has to offer, I think it's worthy of looking. Please just come see us at the booth, and I could take 40 minutes to tell you something I tried to tell you in 10. Anyways, thank you for your time, and good hunting out there.